let's get 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever we're at. We're at 2 o'clock, so good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for coming in. Hello, Memo. Hello, Panda Bear's mom, Kathy, Grace. We've got them flowing in. Come on in. Take a seat for a little while. I wanted to talk some today. Hello, Carolyn. Come on in, honey. We'll be covering your case pretty soon. Also, I'm trying to do some studying on that. Come on in. You may hear tablets, noise in the background. I do have kids. I do have dogs. So we may have to push mute from time to time. But how's things going today? It's sunny, but it's supposed to start raining soon here. So looks like we're going to be at home today. I need to catch up on some cleaning. But I wanted to play some of a video that I found, and we'll give credit to that creator, about the Summer Moon Utah Wells case. As y'all know, that I'm new to YouTube, about probably 6-7 months into it. My mom was a moderator. She started during the Summer Moon Utah Wells case, and she knows a lot about it, so she helps me in the chat also. But it's hard to, study all the different cases, get everything straight. But we want to bring these missing children out, continue to bring their cases out, and hopefully find them and hopefully bring them justice. You're driving. You're coming my way, Carolyn. Okay. It's coming my way. Gotcha. Yes, we do not need to forget about Summer. We do not need to forget about Sebastian. I'm going back and forth between Summer, Sebastian. We need to look up Devlin Tate, Holland, Layla. Yes, Panda Bear. We need to get on all these cases. We really do. Carolyn has a case also. Just came through the ring, Carolyn said. I need to get on that case with Carolyn also. She's been fighting for Gary for quite some time now. Sad situation. Hopefully everything that's coming out, Carolyn, will also help Gary. Can't say how, but maybe everything that comes to light will help all these cases, in my opinion. I'm going to read Summer's TBI missing poster, which everybody knows, but I want to read it. Not everybody, but we'll see. It's a national case. I'm going to read. Let me make sure you guys have it up on StreamYard. Nope. Always got to add it. I'm getting used to StreamYard now. So let's see. Summer Moon Utah Wells was 5 years old when she was missing. Became missing. Female, white, blonde hair, blue eyes, 3 foot tall, 40 pounds. Missing from Rogersville, Tennessee. Missing since 6/15/2021. An Amber Alert has been issued by the TBI on behalf of the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office for Summer Moon Utah Wells. Summer is a 5-year-old, which she would be, I think, 9 now. Not sure of her birthday. Female, 3 foot tall, 40 pounds, with blonde hair and blue eyes. Summer was last seen wearing gray pants, a pink shirt, and was possibly barefoot. That's wild how Sebastian and her supposedly are barefoot. If you have seen Summer or have any information regarding her whereabouts, please contact Hawkins County Sheriff's Office, 423-272-7121, or the TBI at 1-800-TBI-FIND. Chief Deputy Tony Allen, S.A. Gerald Ray, 1-800-TBI-FIND. I'm going to pull that down, and we're going to play this video right here in a minute that I found. Summer is a princess. She should have been raised like a princess. All girls deserve to be raised like a princess. Okay, let's see here. Credit goes to, let's see where the credit goes to. Pull this up.
And now that we know the TBI is revisiting the property, something seems to be stirring. So we're going to go and check it out.
Well, sounds.
This is Olivia on Chronicles of Olivia. And she is with the Appalachian, it looks like. Let's see. Can't read it. It's so small. The Appalachian channel, Grace, if you'll give them credit, please. I want to play some of this video, and this is going to be like a 3-part series of Summer. So let's play this. This is very telling. It says TBI plans new search for missing girl Summer Wells. This was 7 days ago.
Has involved extensive efforts, including ground searches, aerial searches, and tracking dogs. The TBI and Hawkins County Sheriff's Office continue to investigate, follow up on leads, and address misinformation. We hope this video provides meaningful insight into what happened to Summer Wells.
There it is, Summer Moon Utah Wells. Summer has been missing since June 15, 2021. This is a picture the TBI released.
Looks like it may be showing what it should look like now.
Yeah, I kind of like am into it. Like, it's just so fascinating to me. I don't know. It's just the most bizarre. It's like really, really, if you really look into it, you'll go down a rabbit hole. And I've been down that rabbit hole many times.
Hello, everyone. This is John Ward with the Appalachian Channel, and this is Olivia with Chronicles of Olivia. I'm going to be interviewing her and following along with her today as she investigates a case. She's going to tell you about that. Her channel, Chronicles of Olivia on YouTube, has over 400,000 subscribers, and she is a true crime investigator. She goes all over the United States wherever things are happening, and she also has over 1 million followers on TikTok. So we started working together in North Carolina last year and worked on several projects there. And then she's been here to Tennessee, and we worked about a month ago, a few days, and then her and her mom's back again. And she's my first guest here on the show at the Appalachian Channel Studios. So Olivia, tell us a little bit about what we're going to be doing today.
So today I'm going to be taking John to Rogersville, Tennessee. A very haunting case comes from there, the Summer Wells case. I've been working on it for a few years, and I was telling John about it. He was very curious. So I wanted to walk him through the timeline of the case, the watering hole where Summer and her mother spent the day before she vanished. We're going to go to Beach Creek, to where Summer was living, and just show John the different theories, the different places that are relevant to the Summer Wells case. Very, very sad story. It's been 4 years. On June 15th of 2021, she vanished from her property. Her parents claim that she was abducted, and it's a story that really gripped America. Her parents were on Dr. Phil and interviewed many times by the media. So yeah, we're just gonna dive into the Summer Wells case and learn about it and bring awareness to her being missing. The TBI released a photo of her about 2 years ago of how she would look like now. And last I heard a week ago, the TBI did say that they are going to revisit the Wells property and search the creek. So that's kind of one of the last updates, as well as a private investigator, Jason Jensen, did submit a tip to the TBI about 3 weeks ago. We don't know what that tip is, but it looks like it's a pretty good one. And now that we know the TBI is revisiting the property, something seems to be stirring. So we're going to go and check it out.
Well, sounds interesting. This is something I have no idea how it works. I was asking Olivia how she just shows up and does that. And she's going to show us. And she says it's to do with being boots on the ground, being there where it happened. And so it is very hot today.
Yeah, it is.
But we're going to have a good day, a good trip. So guys, get ready, get you some coffee and sit back. We're getting ready to hit the road.
All right, guys. So we're on Beach Creek Road. We are outside of Rogersville, and I'm going to be showing my friend John here the property where Summer vanished. Obviously, we're not going to go on the property. We're just going to drive by on the road. But it's interesting to see because it's the home where Summer was living in is perched on the top of a bit of a mountain, I would say. It's a hill, and it's covered in forest. This time of the year, the leaves are dense, you can't look through, but the first time I ever went to the property a couple years ago, this was several weeks, maybe it was maybe 3 months after Summer went missing. I have to look back in my footage, but it was when the leaves were on the ground, so you could see through the trees and you could clearly see the house perched up on the hill there, and you could see all these toys, kids' toys, like a little kids, like you sit on it and it's like a little scooter thingy, other little things. There was some trash on the hill. It was just so eerie to see these kids' toys like scattered up, and it's a steep hill. You could definitely fall on there pretty easily. And at the very bottom, there's a creek. And apparently the TBI is wanting to search, I think the creek or kind of farther down on the property. But they have 11 acres of land, and it's secluded. Ben Hill Road it turns off of Beach Creek, and it's this skinny road, and it's a dead end road. So I've always been, I always think to myself, if someone did abduct Summer, it's such a secluded road, it almost appears that it would make more sense that someone, if they abducted her, knew her, or like knew where, had to have known where they were living. I don't think it was a drive-by random thing, because of just how that road is so, and we're going to show you just how secluded it is. Also, she vanished in June when the leaves are out in the trees, so you can't see the property at all. It's like hidden. So it's almost like, I think it's almost impossible to just be driving and think, oh, I'm just going to go down this random hill and abduct a child. It's like that person, if she was abducted, had to have known that there was a child living there, just because you can't just drive by and see the house. It's hidden on a hill, secluded. That's an observation that I have. But I will say that something I find very interesting is that Jody Sue, the neighbor, I'm not sure if she still lives there, it's been a few years, but a news station did an interview with her and her son, and they talked about how on the day Summer vanished, they heard a high-pitched animalistic scream come from the property, and that's their exact words, animalistic scream. So what was it that they heard? Was it a wild animal? Was it a mountain lion scream? Was it a woman screaming? Was it Candace screaming because she saw something that happened to Summer? who knows? But I've always thought about this scream, and I'm sure you guys can comment down below what you think this scream was that the neighbor heard coming from Summer's property. And it was around the time that Summer had already gone home, because a couple years ago I did an interview with my friends with the mother of Hunter. Now, Hunter is the 15-year-old boy. He's now 19, but when he was 15, on that day that Summer vanished at the watering hole at Warriors State Park, he was hanging out with Candace and Summer. And when they left the watering hole, Candace dropped Hunter off at his mom's house, Allie. Rest in peace, Allie. She passed away from health issues, I think, a year or two ago. But my friends and I interviewed Allie before she died. And she said that it was around 2, I think it was like 2 o'clock or 2:30. I have to look back and see, when Candace dropped off Hunter. And Candace wouldn't let Allie say goodbye to Summer, which Allie thought was strange, that she would always go to the car and like hug Summer and say bye. But that particular day, Allie, according to Allie, what she said in this interview, she said that Candace didn't want her to go to the car or like see Summer or like say bye to her, which Allie thought was very strange. Another thing Allie had said is that Hunter was very off. He didn't seem right, and that he wasn't the same after that. And we also talked to his grandmother and great-grandmother, and they said the same thing, that he was very off and just acting strange, and like there was something really weighing on him and bothering him. So that is just something that is strange. But anyways, so according to Candace, in an interview with Dr. Phil, they had gone home, and Summer went to she was going to plant flowers, and Grandis, who is Candace's mom, Summer's grandmother, was also on the property. And Summer went down to the basement because that's where her room was, because she wanted to play with some toys or grab some toys. And if you watch Chris McDonough's YouTube video where he goes inside the home of the Wells, you can kind of get an idea of how the Wells home looks like. And the basement where Summer's room was, there's a door that in the basement, there's a door that exits to the outside. And I remember Allie telling my friends and I that that door was always, like, she remembered the last time she had seen the door, there was a couch like pushed against it, or it was like there was like something against it where it couldn't open or something. I have to look back at my interview, but I just remember that being a thing where the door was like kind of barricaded down there. Who knows if it was still barricaded at the time Summer went missing, but that was an observation that Hunter's mom, Allie, had mentioned. But there is that door in the basement, so it is possible Summer could have walked out that door and maybe met with foul play and someone or something abducted her. Who knows? But that's the story that Candace tells in the Dr. Phil interview, is that Summer went down in the basement, played with some toys, or with her brothers or something, and the brothers never saw her, and she vanished. So that's the story, that her parents claim that she was abducted. She just vanished into thin air, never to be seen again. And it is a complete mystery. The latest update is that Jason Jensen, a private investigator, I've actually worked with him several years ago when I was working on the Gabby Petito case. I was down in Moab, Utah, where Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petito had an altercation, and 2 women were murdered at a campsite, and people thought there was a connection between their deaths, because the time that they died was when Brian Laundrie and Gabby were in the same area. Crystal Turner and Kylan Schulte, bless their souls, they were shot at a campsite. And I Jason Jensen was working on that case with Kylan's father, and he's become very close with Kylan's father, and Jason did good work on that. And we actually interviewed some people at the McDonald's that Crystal was working at, and we got a tip about a creepy person that was working at the McDonald's with Crystal, and that person ended up being the person that killed them. And so we submitted that tip to Jason Jensen because we'd interviewed a woman named Mary who was working at that McDonald's. Anyways, so Jason Jensen is working on the Summer Wells case, and a month ago he posted on his Facebook that he submitted a tip to the TBI. We don't know what that tip is, but just from some comments he had made on his Facebook page, it appears that it's a really good tip. And so a lot of people are talking about that. And then a couple days ago, apparently the TBI are planning on doing a search. We don't know when, could be a few weeks, no idea when. They're wanting to do a search of the Wells property. So did the tip that Jason Jensen correspond with, is that why the TBI are revisiting the property, because of this tip that Jason Jensen got a hold of? So that's really the latest update, is a new search is going to be going on the property. Not really sure why they, maybe it's this tip that Jason Jensen had, but that's what's really going on. And as you can see, we're driving in this valley, Beach Creek Road, and it's very, lots of big properties. Like all these houses have a lot of acres, but it's a pretty remote area. And I just have like mixed feelings about the abduction part, because it's not like we're in a city or a suburb where, it's just odd to me about how, and when you see her property, you'll see what I mean about how secluded it is. It's like perched on the top of a mountain, and to get onto her property, you have to walk up the driveway, and it's gravel, and it's just almost like you really need to know, like, I don't see someone just stumbling upon it. I feel like it's someone that knew them, if she was abducted, knew that there was a child living there or something. But yeah, so we're about 3 minutes away, and then I'm gonna show John a view of the property and everything. So yeah.
So tell us a little bit about how you got started doing the crime documenting of different stories like this.
So I got started doing crime documenting through TikTok. It was about a year into TikTok, and I was living about 40 minutes away from where Brian Laundrie was living. This is when Gabby Petito went missing, and my mom and I were like, let's just drive over there and see what's going on, because my whole TikTok For You page was being flooded with tons of videos about Gabby Petito, and I was just getting chills and goosebumps. And whenever I get that feeling, I feel like it's a sign, and I was like, we need to go out there and see what's going on. So we go there, and it's an absolute mayhem. Like, there's reporters, CNN, Fox News, all these big news corporations with their tents in the front yards across the street. There's people protesting. So I just started documenting everything that was going on, and all my videos were going mega viral, because I was like the only TikToker that was really boots on the ground posting. And then it was just a whirlwind. And then next thing I knew, Justin on TikTok, one of our TikTok friends, was live on TikTok, and people raised money to have us go to have me go to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and we went to the Grand Tetons where Gabby Petito was found, and then we went to Moab, Utah. And so then after that, I just had the bug. Oh, so we're actually here at the property. So John, if you turn the camera around, so if you can pinch out your screen to 0.5, John.
Zoom in or out?
Out, all the way out. You
Okay.
want to give them a great view. So you can see how you literally cannot see anything, because we're in the summertime, right? And there's foliage everywhere, but in the wintertime, you can see through all of this and you can see the property at the top of the hill. But we're going to turn into Ben Hill here, and there's a creek that kind of runs along the property. I need you to... Oh. Okay, so I'm just putting on my mic. And having Mom film me. Do you want the actually, you know what? Can you please hand me over the DJI, the stick, the other one? Thank you. This is what it's like being a YouTuber. You have to have all these gimmicks and all these things. I like to use the I like to use these because it makes the footage a lot smoother. Oh, and of course it's dead, which is just awesome.
Well, I don't know if I have another one or not.
It's okay. I'll just have my mom hold it by hand.
You don't have to. You cannot charge in the meantime.
No, it takes an hour to charge.
Where'd you get that? Where'd you get that gimbal at?
That's actually the one that you gave me. It works really good, but I'm just terrible at charging things. Like, I'm literally the worst at that.
I usually bring an extra one. You want me to see if I've got one? I don't know if I put one in or not.
That's okay. Mom will just she can hold it by hand.
Okay.
So let me just yeah, I'm always a mess.
And tell me when to stop filming, okay?
Okay, there you go. Testing. Usually, this will be fine. Okay, here you go. All right.
Only you or
Both. So we're gonna turn back, and it's a dead end road where Ben Hill Road is dead end, and I'll kind of show you. But this is, we're about half a mile away from somewhere where she went missing. Let me put your window down. She could be anywhere. Who knows? Is she buried? Did she wander off? Who knows what happened to Summer? But this case has, had a lot of people very intrigued just because of how.
Now, how many years ago was this as she went missing?
2021, June 15th.
Okay.
So it's been about 4 years now. So she would be 9 years old. She was 5 when she vanished, so she'd be about 9, turning 10. And I believe her parents lost custody of the other children. There were 3 other boys. Another weird thing is that Candace's sister, Rosemary Bly, vanished, I think in 2000 and something, 10 or 11. So there's 2 disappearances in this family. All right, so we're turning down the road here. You can. The property is over there. So see what I mean, how this road is just, very kind of secluded. This is the Wells property. What you're looking at is 11 acres. They used to have a lot of dogs running around and stuff. One of them was hit by a car, remember? But yeah, see, premises, private property, 24-hour surveillance. This is the street right here. And look at that driveway. If you zoom in there, John, I mean, you can't really tell through the video, but it's pretty you need 4-wheel drive to drive up that thing. There's a bunch of grooves in that driveway. And looks like they have a sign, some new signs I haven't seen before.
Looks like they got something for packages.
Yeah, they've had that forever there, that blue bin.
People bring stuff and drop it off.
Mm-hmm. But you can see how quiet it is. At the time, they had a lot of dogs, so it makes me wonder when she disappeared or if she was abducted. Like, wouldn't you think that the dogs would have, like, barked or something, you know? And so Jody Sue, the neighbor, I think she lived, like, on this side. One of these places here. I don't know if she still lives there or not. But I wonder what that animalistic scream was that she heard. But yeah, I mean, look at these woods. Lots of woods out here. I assume all of this was searched. That over there, that street down there, there's like I think a trailer down there. Look, there's another sign right here about summer. You can zoom in there. And Mom, are you dizzy? Are you okay? Okay, we're almost done. So this is a dead end. It's actually very beautiful back here. Look at this creek. There's this creek. And I remember there was someone living over here that, yeah, there's several different houses down here. But this is just to show you guys the terrain surrounding the Wells property. So all of this area is pretty critical because it's when someone goes missing, the 1 mile radius from where the point they went missing from is
Okay, guys, we're going to stop the video right there. We're going to give credit to the Appalachian channel, even though it has Chronicles of Olivia in the video. It's very interesting. I thought I want to give credit to the Appalachian channel. And what do you guys think about that they're starting the new investigation? What do you think about that? I wonder what tip they actually got. To recheck a pond. So they were actually at the watering hole before she went missing, correct? So the pond would be a totally different area. And I loved watching the video with, I think it was Chris Madonahue, who was talking to Hunter. The last video, it was trying to talk to Hunter and get some information. And he does a great job. I know he's a retired agent. Hello, Rhonda. Hello, Rhonda. Come on in, guys. We're about to finish up because I've got to clean house. Yes, someone needs to find out what happened to Summer. All these missing child cases in Tennessee really, really concern me because, somebody emailed me yesterday, actually sent me a message, I think, and said that, that other states have problems and such, but it seems like Tennessee does everything backwards. So, that's true. It does seem like that, in my opinion. But I'm praying that these children are found. Yes, J. Marie, I'm going to have to get mods. I will. Grace, if I could find her, I see you. I don't know why I can't find her. I've tried to make her a mod, and I can't find her URL. I'm just not, I guess, that tech savvy. And I see you, probably you. I need you. I've got a few others that are always in here. So I do need mods, but I will put in the description the credit So that way, thank you for telling me that. I don't want anybody to think I'm taking content. I just like playing the content because they're very informative. And I've not been one that was actually on this case, but I'd like to share it out there, you know. But thank you guys. And I want you to have a great day. And thanks for coming in. And I'm going to work on some videos and stuff. And if I get a chance at 11 o'clock or so tonight, I don't want to try to come on when others are coming on. So that's why I've not been coming on late. Everyone here is great mods. If you go on your phone, you can make mods from this or any of your chats by clicking their name. Awesome, Jane Marie. Thank you. Thank you for telling me that. But yes, tonight when everybody's in bed, I think I'm going to pull some more out. We need to still do a review of the gosh, I'm drawing a blank. I'm going to do a review tonight. You'll see what I'm talking about. I'll post it and I'll go live tonight when everybody's in bed. What was the tip they got TBI to reopen this case? Nobody knows, Detroit. That's what we're all wondering. Okay, what's going on here? I wish someone would reach out to me to interview with me, honestly. I wish, I could help in some way. Thank you, Kiki, and have a wonderful day. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, guys, so much. All right. Well, thank you for liking Kiki's videos. Yes, thank you guys so much. I have a lot that you guys don't know what means to me to see you pop in here and talk to me. But I will talk to you guys later. I'm gonna go clean the house and all that mumbo jumbo. If anybody wants to come help me, hit me up. No, just kidding. Okay, y'all have a good day. Love y'all. God bless.